My research project involved the implementation of a navigation neural model inside the NEUROROBOTIC platform. Before talking about the model itself and the idea behind the model, I want to discuss a little bit about the NEUROROBOTIC platform. NRP is a simulator environment that integrates robot and spiking neural networks. In particular, NRP permits to install simulated brain inside the robot or virtual agent and permit to control robots through the spiking neurons. NRP is a platform fully customizable, supports a wide range of brain simulators such as PyNest, Nest, Nango, and so on. The integration with Gazebo allow to import your own robot inside the platform, but if you don't have any experience with the robots, there is a wide range of pre-built robots that you can use to start immediately inside the platform. Okay, after this very short introduction to the platform, I was talking about the background model, the basic idea behind the model. We are working on the autonomous robot navigation that is a current challenge in robotics. In literature, of course, there are a lot of algorithms for robot navigation, also using artificial neural networks. But classical neural networks have a problem in the long training time, and this can compromise the efficiencies of a navigation model for robots. If we take a look to the mammals biology, in particular humans, of course, we have the ability to explore complex environments and find the exit of a complex environment in a short time. These tell us that something is missing in the reproduction of basic cognitive functions. So the idea behind the model is to translate this inner connection inside the brain into a neural network. To achieve this result, we need to use spiking neural networks because more adherent to the biology. But now we have the model. On the left, there is the schematical description of the neural network. This network is implemented in Pine completely, is made by linking identified neurons with the same properties, and this model in particular implements some structure in hippocampus involved in spatial navigation, such as place cells and direction cells and persistent firing neurons. Input comes from the robot's camera and is processed by custom ROS Python functions. In a more detailed way, this network is able to recognize 4 different colors, blue, red, green, and black colors. So input from the robot's camera is processed, or better way, is filtered to search one of these 4 colors, and then this input is sent to the network to start the learning process. The learning process occurs through the STDP rule, or spike time independent plasticity rule. What is the principal result of this model? The principal result is the ability of the network to learn an arbitrarily long sequence of objects, in this case colored objects, in a single learning phase. So now we have a video inside the NEUROROBOTIC platform. The environment is very simple, but this environment is modified with some added objects that are colored virtual screen. Network is able to learn existence and position of each object and use them to create an exit sequence from this simple environment. During the recall phase, now, robot turns itself earlier than learning phase. This is possible because the network has the ability to anticipate the next visual input in the sequence of learned objects. So the robot knows always what is the direction of the next object. Now we have another recall phase with some added objects that are not present in the previous learning phase. Network has a path for avoidance. This part of the video is to show the avoidance section of the network. From the previous model, we arrived here in the latest version of the network. The architecture is overall the same, but we added some interneurons, the gray neurons here, that generating feedback and lateral inhibition. In the previous model, the previous model doesn't have any of inhibition connection. So we changed also the STDP rule from a symmetric STDP rule to an asymmetric STDP rule to facilitate synaptic depression. Now the network is able not only to learn the correct sequence as the previous model, but also to forget the wrong pathways during a single exploration of the environment. We are also working on physical robot for real-world simulation. At the end of this presentation, I will show a very short video about the integration between a neurorobotic platform and the physical robot. Now we have another video, accelerated video of the updated model. The environment is more complex than the previous one. The robot could choose a path randomly, and during the exploration of a path, the network is able to learn the position of the object. But when the robot reaches the end, the network has the ability to forget the previous learned object, and when the robot return to starting position, the learning process could restart. In this case, robot choose the correct path after he chooses a wrong path. The correct path is indicated by a green box. And now we have the recall phase. Movements are more smooth and faster than the previous learning phase. Okay, and now that's it. A moment, the video doesn't start, I don't know why. Okay, and now that's it, the video from the physical robot. We are working on a rover called the Leo rover. The environment is very simple because also the room is small, but the environment is very simple. It only contains 3 objects, a blue, a yellow, and a red objects. In this case, this robot is fully controlled by NEUROROBOTICS platform that is installed in my personal PC and communicate with the robot through Wi-Fi connection. I can start the video. It's accelerated video. Robot find the blue objects, follow it, and then it turns onto itself, sees other objects, the yellow and the red one, and it randomly chooses the yellow object, follow it for a few seconds, and then follow the red objects, and then continue to follow any other object, but that is not present in the room. This video is to show the interconnection between a neurorobotic platform and physical robot, not only virtual robot. So this is finally information. I'm working in the Michele Migliores lab. My email is the following if you want to write me also outside this presentation. If you want more information about the model, the first one presented, there is a paper published on IEEE that describes the model in a more detailed way. And also in the paper, but I decided to write here the link to the code published on ModelDB. If now you have some questions, I'm very glad to answer all of them.